All right. Let's keep it going, huh? There's so much to talk about. Commodities. What are commodities? It's the truth. That's what makes the world function. Gold is a commodity. The metals market, they're all commodities. You have the stock market, the S&P500, the Dow Jones, the Russell 2000, and the NASDAQ. Commodities. Crypto have become commodities. They're now legalized. They used to be free-flowing spirits. Decentralization is what they call it. Well, it's still that, but it's falling under the legal clarity and regulation. And it's going to be under control. But it's the truth, right? It's a commodity. And if it's a commodity, then it's qualified to get a futures contract from the CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and which allows it to have a futures contract, which allows it to have an ETF and a exchange traded fund. I said electronic before, right? Everything is digital, so I'm always saying that. But exchange traded fund, ETF. You can't even get to an ETF unless you're a commodity. You have to know the route. I did not get taught this in the beginning of my trading from so-called gurus. What are we talking about? Now I know what the clowns are. I hate clowns. That's why I always talk about it. I can't stand clowns, predators, anything of that nature. I can't stand them. What I do is exactly to just destroy clowns. Get this thing to pop off the way it's supposed to pop off. We're going to destroy them all. They can't keep up. All they're trying to do is get money from you. You look to the left, you look to the right, same thing, right? What do? We go straight down the middle. Christian McCaffrey. Anything that's supposed to be for us will come to us. We don't have to go to the left. We don't have to go to the right. This is what I teach. I know what the fraudulence is, and I'm not about that. Everybody that's been around me up to this point sees, he's not trying to do no marketing scheme or no pyramid scheme. He's not trying to pull money out of people. Government, church, state, county, and city. Predator, predator, predator. When is he going to leave it alone? When is he going to stop talking about that? When they stop. It ain't going to stop, right? So I got to keep exposing it. The S&P 500 today, you see the alerts, very important. And I'm going to do a message strictly about alerts and how to set them and what. But I can tell you right now, you put it at the top, one at the top and one at the bottom. What chart is this? It's the daily chart. You see down there, it says MES and then 1D, delta, day. Each one of these candles is a day. And I have on the daily chart an alert at the very top, and then you got one in the middle. You would say the middle right now, right? And then at the bottom. But I only need to block in the structure. You see how many days it took to get from that bottom alert to the top alert? It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly 7 days, a week, to get from the bottom dotted line to the top dotted line. That's what my alerts are, like booby traps. I just need to know when it gets to the level that I'm paying attention to. I'm teaching you the basics, not the rocket science. This is not consequential ridiculousness, encroachment, all these weird ass $6,000 words. No, the basics, the top, the middle, and the bottom. The structure. We don't have no structure without the price. And there we go. We got to go into the price. 8,500, 7,500, 6,500. Buy lows at a discount, sell high at a premium, and stay out the middle. What's the middle? Now, we're going up to the top right now. People say that this is the top because it looks like we went from the bottom candles to the top candles. And it's the all-time high. We don't know what to do. We don't know where it's going to go. Yeah, it follows the basic scale of 100. That's what I'm teaching you, right? No one else on YouTube, no one else on social media, period. No one else is speaking the truth because they don't know the truth. 8,500 is the premium. 7,500 is the middle. We're not even at 7,500. We're at 7,000. We're in no man's land. That's where we're at. And it's daring you to put a buy or a sell at that level. When people think that that's the top, it can be a top, but it's not the top, right? That's what gets people in trouble. They don't understand the numbers. That's why I'm teaching you the numbers. Now you'll see for yourself, because this is not rocket science. Like I told you, there's not going to be hundreds of thousands of videos talking about consequential ridiculousness. We're not talking about that. Clout don't live here. We're not playing no games with people and get them to try to figure out these $6,000 words, and they're losing their money left and right because they're being taught by clowns and they're impersonating clowns. That's what I'm talking about. You have to be able to resonate or what's the word? I'm always looking for that right word. Gravitate. There's a word I'm looking for. Basically, understand what I'm saying. I almost figured it out, but hold on. Not resonate. Oh my God, in the middle of the freaking message. Basically gravitate to what I'm saying and move away from that stuff that's sending you to loss review. You're trying to understand something that's not understandable. You need the basics, right? You need the price again. So I wanted to bring this up because my alert went off. Where did it go off? It went off at 7,000, not 7,500, right? Because 7,500 is still the middle. It's a problem position because it's going to dare you to put a buy and a sell at 7,500. Then it's going to drop you down to 6,500 and then go back to 7,500, go through 7,500 to 8,500 and come back to 7,500 because that's what the market makers do. You have to understand where you are with the price. We're not talking about the EMAs. We're not talking about the RSI. We are not talking about volume. We're not talking about none of that. We're just talking about price because without price, you don't have any of that. There's no value. You have to have value to have a price. And then when you have a price, then you got to follow the scale. And then everything else falls in after that. If you try to go learn all that other stuff first and you don't learn this first, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Loss review. That's why there's loss review. People keep saying, oh, it's the psychology. It's the psychology. No, it's not the psychology. It's clown behavior. You put that in, that's what you're going to get out. Right? I gotta whip people into shape. It's a drill instructor type style that I have, and people don't like it. But you understand, I'm the best. I can say what I want, when I want, how I want, with whoever I want, as long as it's the truth. I decided to do it this way. People are going to learn how to do what I'm doing, and they're not going to talk like I talk. They're going to talk how they want to talk. You become a Jedi. You can do whatever you want to do. I decided to do it like this. I got to slap clowns around all the time because you need to be slapped so they can snap you back into reality. So that's what we're doing. And I spent some pretty good time on this. We talked about the price. That's all that there is. I don't need to talk about nothing else but the price in life, because trading is life and life is trading. What you do in your life, you're doing your trading. What you do in your trading, you're doing your life. If you're a hustler of people in life, if you take advantage of people in life, you're going to do that in your trading. That's why we have predators all over the place doing these marketing schemes and pyramid schemes. They're just trying to sell you baby pips. They know you're not going to figure it out because they never figured it out. What they figured out was how to feed you this information and get you hooked on it and have you paying monthly fees. You're never going to figure it out. It's not something that you're going to be able to figure out because they never teach you the numbers because they don't know the numbers. That's what this channel is for, is to help you understand that. I'm never going to stop talking about it because everybody needs to hear it and say, oh, I support this. I don't support that. Right. I'm trying to get you to cross the line in the sand so that we can be the community of traders where people can come here and win instead of being dragged along by IML. I remember these groups of people that they just want you to bring more people so that the person at the top, it's a pyramid scheme. We know what pyramid schemes are, right? Well, then understand it and stop supporting predators. We have to create a campaign to stop supporting predators for the people and not the profits. Hey.